That John Deere H, John Deere H, they weigh 2,000 pounds, which I think is kind of a lot for that size tractor because it is tiny. 12 whole horsepower, like no RPMs because it's a Johnny Popper. They don't really run like fast. So, and to be honest, I don't even know if that tractor runs. Which it probably doesn't, but that's okay. There's a reason it's at a consignment sale. That's, you know, kind of something to think about too. There's definitely a reason that it's there, and usually stuff that's there is not there for a good reason, so yeah. But that's all right. It'd still be fun to get and mess with. See if we can make it run. I mean, it looks complete. It looks like everything was there. I didn't see anything like obviously missing. So, yeah. Yeah, the one thing that was obviously missing was the serial number tag. Because I got out, I looked up online where to find the serial number, and it was definitely not there. So it's like, darn it, I just wanted to see how, like, what year it was. I forget there's a year range that they made those things, of course. I just happen to have the website on my phone here. So 1939 to 1947 is when they made them. And they only built, and I say only, this isn't that much, I don't feel like. They only made 58,584 total builds. Which I didn't think that was that many personally. Because some of those tractors you look up and there's like, you know, 400,000, you know, so this is nothing. 12 horsepower at the drawbar. The bell housing, it makes 14, but like that's, yeah. That's not a lot. Weighs 2,080 pounds. You betcha. So kind of cool if you ask me, but yeah. The other thing that's kind of cool is how about that Powerball, huh? I know we briefly touched on it earlier, but 1.7 billion now. 1.7, chat. That's crazy. The cash option is 770 million. Good Lord. That's crazy. That is so much money. That would ruin somebody's life, you know? Like, if it had to ruin somebody's life, I'll take it, you know? Because that would definitely ruin somebody's life. Because most people that win aren't smart enough to figure out, you know, how to not let it ruin their life. So, you betcha. That's okay. All right, this field, I got one more pass here, and then we're going to turn this loose over there, and then I'm going to go run a grain cart for a while. Because, yeah, those guys are not making much progress down there, I don't think. So, we're definitely going to go help that out a little bit. We actually got empty. Look at us go. Let's go. All right, one more pass. Then we can turn it loose. All right, let's hit that button. That button. Let's go. All right. So we're going to load the 14 course. Which I know the 14 course is actually for 2 swathers. That doesn't really matter right now. Or actually, we could just do 15. 15's only for 1. Yeah, let's just do 15. Why not? It doesn't matter. 15 load. Then we need to change this to 15, and we'll get him some tippers here in a second as well. And then this should just run over here all by itself. I shouldn't need to help it. All right, you're going to change to 15. Well, I'd like him to go empty. He's 91% full, so might as well just empty at this point. He's going to go drive right into a tree. I can see it now. But he's definitely going to get caught in a tree. There you go. Now, we'll go empty. Then we'll ow, I just messed that up. No. I have the switch to marker thing, and I tend to click on the wrong thing a lot. Well, it messes everything up. Alright, buddy's good there. Buddy's good there. That's fine. This is being awkward. What the heck? Oh, I was like, what is that? That contract's done. Stop. Alright, the soybean contract's done, which means the card one was done earlier, so we can go ahead and collect our cash. You betcha. So that's good. That's a nice little payday. Nice little payday right there. 84,000 on that big contract. That's crazy. That's some good money right there. Good money for sure. All right, we'll take this back. Honestly, we don't need this tipper or tractor right now. So we might just let this sit for a little while. I guess I could run a grain cart on this one if I wanted to. Yeah. I'm going to run a grain cart anyway, so. Probably just fire one of the other two that's running. Park this tractor for now. That's alright. Probably grab that 8R. 8R's got some speed. The interesting thing, when I took the field 36 contract down here, it initially showed up as a baling contract, but the field was ready to harvest. And I thought that was interesting, so I actually cleared all the contracts. And then I just kept hitting refresh till I got a harvest contract. And yeah, sure enough, it finally popped up, and I was like, wait a minute, that's kind of cool. I kind of hacked the system a little bit, you know? So yeah, the other thing that's cool, Allison's here, that's pretty cool. Hi, Allison. The other thing that's cool, by the way, our our pallet storage building that holds 1,000 pallets, it is full of eggs. We have 1,000 pallets of eggs in storage. Why? Because we can. So over the winter, we're going to have to, we're going to be selling 1,000 pallets of eggs. You're stuffed and miserable, but you're here. Did you go to Burger King again? What did I see? Oh, I saw something about Jimmy John's new... Are they making like pizza subs or something? I saw something about that. It looks really good. And I was like, ooh, piece of candy. But I probably won't get them, but they looked good. Yes. Oh, you went to a Chinese buffet. Oh, that's a good reason to be stuffed. Yeah, Chinese buffets will do that to you. For sure. You're super excited. That's good. Chinese buffets will stuff you, and then like an hour later, you're hungry again. So that's Chinese buffets right there. I haven't been to one in a long time. Mostly because ours closed down with when COVID hit. Like, it was kind of, I don't want to say funny, but it was kind of funny. Like, COVID barely hit. And they had an auction and sold everything. Like, they sold all their kitchen stuff. They cleaned house when COVID hit. It was kind of amusing, actually. but like not funny at the same time, you know. Okay, so that's all running. Everything's kind of just doing its own thing. Like I said, though, we are gonna jump in here and help out so that we can actually. Wait, where's that? Oh, the 8R's up there. This is the 8RX. Yeah, we'll drive the 8RX. That's cool. I'm fine with that. But this way we can do some unloading on the go and actually get something done. Because they won't. Auto drive's not. It still doesn't like these swaths. Or the swather head or something. We did change to a different modded swather head, but same result, unfortunately. But it was worth testing. Because you never know. It might have changed, but it's all good. It is all good. And I can still remember going to that Chinese buffet and like what my first plate would be and my second plate would be. Oh, God. So bad. So bad. I'd get a bunch of different chickens and then just cover it all in fried rice. That was usually what I would get. That was like, yeah, my go-to. Basically a bunch of chicken. Or chicken. Whatever you want to call it, you know? That was always my go-to. That's okay. I think Mr. Wonderful's cutting his grass, Joe. Yay. He sprayed his yard again, trying to kill Bermuda. And sprayed over the property line in our backyard by like a lot. Left, I don't think it was lizard, but, you know, it could have been. Mixed with bits. Never know. Sean, that's a lot of things. All in one. Sounds interesting. It's just a lot of things, you know? Wowzers. Alright, 8RX. Come on now. Alright. Lizard. Oh, I forgot we have to turn our hazards on. My bad. Gotta turn the hazards on. And the beacons. The strobes in this case. The very weak strobes. That's alright. It happens. Definitely happens. Bear, at one point it was gonna be like a Snapchat group chat, but I don't use Snapchat anymore, so I don't know. It's basically just for nothing. It should just be deleted, honestly. So. Yeah, I don't really have a redemption. You can drive my Alice Chalmer tractor at the farm. I don't know. Does that work? I don't know. You'll hold on to him. Okay. Alright. Sorry, I'm a slacker and don't actually have anything good set up for that. Unless people have, what's the suggestions? What should we make it? Like, what should we do for 1 million channel points? I don't know. I don't know. You typed it out before I said the tractor thing. You were gonna get to drive it anyway, so I don't, that's nothing. That's a null and void for you. Just saying. You know, I had that tractor out a couple weeks ago, and I like drove it around the most I've ever driven that tractor around, and it is so uncomfortable. Just saying. Custom piece in the light display. I have some bad news for you guys as far as the light display goes, by the way. Where's my other combine? Wait. Oh, I guess it is right there. I do have bad news for y'all as far as the light display is concerned. Y'all probably aren't gonna like it, but yeah. It means something good or bad happens to me in game. Oh, dang, Sean. I made the decision a while back. And some of you probably have noticed, like, the light command doesn't work. Like, exclamation point lights, it doesn't work anymore. I'm not going to show my Christmas lights anymore on stream or on the internet. I made that decision, like, a while ago. So, yeah, you guys won't get to see any Christmas lights this year. Or going forward. So, yeah. I don't know if that's gonna upset some people. I don't know. But I just, oh, Allison's in ads. We'll talk about it in a minute. Okay. All right. No, Bear, no incident. Just, I don't know. It's like a personal protection thing, you know? I need to be less public with certain things, you know?
L3FT4D3 add Cheerdex 100 jokes on you. I know how to see them.
That's true, Left. You've been there. You've seen them, yeah. Because I'm going to make them so bright you can see them from space. You probably already can. Yeah. Kind of like the Great Wall of China. You can see it from space, too. Fun fact, you actually can't. That's a giant myth, by the way. Can't see the Great Wall of China from space. Can't even find it in Flight Sim, you know? To be honest. But, yeah. You betcha. Yeah, I don't know. Be a little less public sometimes. You know, it's not a bad thing, right? Not a bad thing. But no, I just decided, yeah, there was no incident or anything. Just kind of decided that maybe we should slow it down a little bit, you know? So, light command doesn't work, and, well, light videos have been deleted. Or not, they're not deleted technically, but they've been made private. Like on YouTube. So, you betcha. You betcha. All right. Home comfort online is more important. Yeah, I appreciate it. I know it's gonna annoy some of you, but or not annoy. Yeah. Trust me, it's honestly something I've been trying to avoid for a while. It's like I know there were people that would do the light command, and I would just be like, "Oh, forgot to pay the power bill." Yeah, I didn't forget to pay the power bill. You don't like people? Exactly, yeah. Yep. So, it is what it is. You know, I'll try not to talk about, like, I'll really honestly probably won't even talk about, like, if we do anything new for the display, because then it's just like me being rude, like, hey, look, hey, we're doing this, but you can't see it. You know, I don't want to be that guy. So just know that, yeah, the lights are going to happen. But that's about it, you know? So, yeah. Thanks for that follow. Appreciate you. Welcome in. What's poppin'? How's it going? Welcome on in. This is a lot more efficient, by the way, since I'm running cart. Keeping these combines moving. So let's go for an empty. We're right here. Might as well. Might as well. But yeah. And I guess if, like, people that have been around for a long time, if, you know, like, sent me a DM, I could maybe share a photo, but that would be about it. It's just kind of sketchy to, like, just put that out there for everybody, you know? At least that's how I kind of am looking at it these days. So, you betcha. What really got this whole conversation going was that night that like people were finding 4th of July parade videos and stuff. And I kind of forgot about those videos, to be honest. But that was the night that kind of spurred it all for me, because I'm like, oh my god, you can see like names of fire towns on fire trucks and stuff in those videos, and I was like, I need to clamp down a little bit on this, you know. Oh, it's not easy. Yeah, no, it's not easy at all. Oh, no, definitely not. Nope. But it's okay. Because honestly, there's other stuff that's been going on too that you guys don't know about. Nothing crazy. I don't have a girlfriend, and no, she does not drive a BMW if I did have a girlfriend. But anyway, let me just stop that one right now. But yeah, there's some other stuff too. You guys just, I don't know, don't need to know everything, right? Not everything, just like most things. Like our little hit and run incident from yesterday. Oh, God. But, you know, it happens. Someone found the yardstick. No, but there is potential for it happening. So, yeah, Dino Dodge, what's up? How are you? Why are you peeking in my soul, dog? What are you, a cat? Dude, I feel like when cats look at you, they can see your soul. I'm just saying, when cats like actually stare at you, it creeps me out. I can't be around a cat if it's like a staring cat. I can't do it. No, I legitimately cannot do that. Speaking of the yardstick, by the way, it is going to make a return this year. It is going to get upgraded this year. The yardstick's going to be the same yardstick, but the camera system is going to get an upgrade. Just saying. No, yardstick cam had nothing to do with it. I'm here for the yardstick cam comments, by the way. It's coming back better than ever. It's going to have at least 3 cameras, probably 4. I just remember we were talking about my Wi-Fi sucking into house the other day. Cats judge a lot. Yeah, they do. We were talking about the Wi-Fi sucking the other day. And so I've purchased some new more Wi-Fi stuff to get better Wi-Fi outside. Yeah, what do you need to know about the yardstick? Cats are government spies. I thought that was the birds. So the yardstick cam, basically, I have it set up on my stream so I can click a button and boom, there's my backyard, right? Okay, which I'm still comfortable showing you guys that until something happens, but it's fine. So last year, when we were forecasted like a big snowstorm here in the St. Louis area, I literally put a yardstick in my backyard and a camera on it so we could watch the snow happen, right? And so it kind of became a thing. Like it could have been its own live stream, honestly. But like we got so much snow that the camera was actually covered for like, I don't know, a week or 2. We had a really bad winter last year. So this year, the yardstick cam is going to be the same yardstick, but we're getting multiple cameras so that they'll be stacked. So that if we get 6 inches of snow, there'll still be a camera above that. So it was the birds, but the cats ate them. The government spies. Literally the backyard. Yeah. Yeah, that's my backyard. Yeah. It's really dry and crusty out there right now, but you betcha. Can I show my yard again? Why, are you going to try to find it? What are you doing? There you go. Ka-chow. It's kind of all dead right now, but yeah. But yeah, yardstick cam is coming back. I'm gonna weld up a mount for the cameras. Like, it's gonna be a whole thing, chat. The cats are the CIA. But anyway, yardstick cam is gonna come back, and it's gonna be bigger and better than ever. It's gonna be huge. Okay. Yardstick cam is gonna be huge. The fence on the left side looks weird. Oh yeah, it's a vinyl fence with like vertical slats in it. So yeah, it looks a little weird on the camera, yeah. But yeah, Yardstick cam is coming back better than ever. I can't wait. So I gotta make the mount for it here soon. Cat Intelligent Agency. I guess, yeah. That's what the CIA stands for. All these years, Chad, I never knew. I was today years old. I was today years old. Oh man. But anyway, Yardstick cam's gonna be great, and honestly, if we're getting like a snowstorm, I'm hoping to get good enough Wi-Fi out there with the upgrade I bought the other day. I'm hoping to get good enough Wi-Fi out there that like if we're getting an overnight snowstorm, I might like leave it on and just stream the Yardstick cam all night, or Yardstick cams all night. Like I'm legitimately thinking about doing stuff like that this year, so or maybe even for like maybe not all night, but like, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, crank up some like copyright free music, you know, some holiday stream beats or something. You never know, chat. So could be kind of fun. Could be fun. But yeah, Yardstick cam was great last year. Or snow cam, I think. Didn't we call it snow cam too? Yardstick cam, something. Either way, it was a good time. That's all that matters. Why didn't Buddy do that outside? Wait a minute. Why didn't he do this row here? I must not have had him set to start at the first waypoint. Because he didn't do the... He didn't do that right. Only snow. Just remember to let it snow. I just messed that guy up. Yep. I gotta remember just to get out of stuff when I'm trying to click on a different like field marker. Oh man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll show you guys the mount. The mount that I end up making for the cameras. I'll probably show you guys that at the farm when I make it. We're even talking about, because each camera has to have a USB cable going to it for power. And so we're talking about like going and buying some wire loom and putting all the wires in wire loom to like slow down the rabbits a little bit so they don't chew on the wires. And then I've got these plastic waterproof like boxes you put out for stuff and to like put wires in and stuff, or like a power strip even if you wanted to, but it's a waterproof box. I'm going to put one of those at the base with like a powered USB hub in it, probably to power all the cameras. I've already thought about this way too much. Actually, you know what? I could probably just run a PVC pipe down. I wonder if I can just run a PVC pipe down and like have it come down and then an elbow and then drill a hole in the side of the waterproof box, put that in there with like some silicone so that the wires aren't in wire loom, they're inside a PVC pipe. And then just put like make like a rain cap for the top so that, you know, rain can't get, that would probably work. Probably do that. Running the camera wires to the house. No, it's just a USB. So they're Wi-Fi cameras, but they run, you gotta have USB for power. So in this case, I'll just take the power, like an extension cord. I've got outdoor outlets. So the power outside's not a problem at this house. We got plenty of outlets outside for other reasons. So not a problem there. But yeah, it's just, I have to protect the wires, from rabbits. we have rabbits here that just, they're like killer rabbits. They just love chewing on wires, you know? So yeah. Yeah, I use Wise Cam. It's W-Y-A-Z. Wise. And they're great. I love them. Ah, yeah. W-Y-Z-E. What am I thinking? What did I don't want to know what I know. W-Y-Z-E. Wise. The mouth was going faster than the brain, chat. Anyway. It happens. It definitely happens. They eat Honda Civic. Rabbits eat everything. Yeah, so I've had a lot of issues with rabbits. With chewing on stuff. Let's just put it that way. Actually, this, I have another camera in my backyard and it stopped working a while back. And I couldn't figure out why. And finally, one day I went to replace the camera and I was like, oh, the wire's all chewed up. That's why it quit working. It doesn't take much chewing on a USB wire to get it to stop working. So, yeah. Rabbits are awful, honestly. Used aluminum foil. Like wrap the wires in aluminum foil. The rabbits probably wouldn't mess with them at all, honestly. Yeah, probably wouldn't mess with them. But I kind of think the PVC pipe idea might be the strat. And just drill a hole in the side of that box and then put that. That's what we need is like yeah, you have an elbow and then you basically make a really short piece of pipe, and then on the inside of the box you have like probably a coupling or something, and so then you put the pipe through the hole in the box that you drill, and then have the real short piece of pipe and then another coupler inside, and then glue everything together so it's tight, and then silicone it to the box to keep the water out. No, I can definitely make that happen. And then I would probably paint the PVC pipe like black just to match the box, and so it doesn't look super ugly out in the backyard, you know? The neighbor probably won't like this, but I don't really care. Don't care if he likes it or not, honestly. Honestly, I just like doing stuff to confuse him, and if I have a mount built with multiple cameras pointing at a yardstick, I know he's gonna think I'm crazy. He might be right, but that's okay. You know, you gotta keep your neighbors thinking you're crazy so they don't talk to you. You know, once in a while, it's okay to take your vacuum outside and vacuum your driveway, okay? You gotta keep them like, man, that guy's crazy. I'm not talking to him, you know? I'm a fan of that. They do have cameras that can be solarified. They have batteries internal, and then you could solar them. But the ones that I already have, they have to have constant power, and they don't have batteries. So I guess if I had some kind of like USB battery pack that had solar, I could go that route. But I'll just put like a USB, like a powered USB hub out there or whatever, you know, it's not a big deal. To be honest, I already have them. I can take them off the wheel setup. I already have them over there. I'm not using them, so. I think, honestly, this whole project is not going to cost, like, anything, because it's already, like, I'm going to use, like, scrap stuff, or I'm going to use, like, stuff I already have. So, it's not going to cost but, like, a couple bucks to do this whole project, which those are the best types of projects, you know? Projects that don't cost anything are definitely the best ones. Okay, we don't need to do straw unless we're going to sell it. I'm probably not going to sell it, chat, to be honest. Just saying. Any mods for headers like this for combines? What do you mean by that? Are you talking about the pickup heads? Because I actually am using a modded one right now, yes. I legitimately am using a modded pickup head right now. So I'm running the Macdon Swather system. That was the pre-order bonus. You know, you got the power unit and then the header that goes on there to make these windrows. And then normally we would run this one to pick up the swaths. That's the one that came with the Macdon pack. But I am trying this other one out today. It's a little bit different. And the reason I'm trying it out today is I was hoping that this one would work better with auto drive for unloading the combines, but unfortunately it's doing the same thing that the in-game one does, which is that your combines have to stop to unload. They will not unload on the go no matter what we change in auto drive. The combines always stop, which is very inefficient, very slow. Hence why I'm running a grain cart out here, and I'm keeping these two combines running fairly well. I do have another combine running up north as well. Now he's running with auto drive, so he does have to stop all the time to unload, but he's in a smaller field, so yeah, he's running up there. And then, like I said, I got two combines running down here, and I do have another auger wagon out here just in case I get full or if I get distracted with something. So yeah, yes, it's just me on the farm today. Me and course playing auto drive. Well, so it's two different headers. Yeah, so you run the swath head on the on the Macdon power unit, basically, right? So that's what makes all these swaths, and then you come in with the pickup head to pick up the windrows. And we're basically right now we're threshing the soybeans out of the straw, and then of course because we're on Alma we have straw after soybeans too. So the lighter stuff is what, you know what, they really changed that, didn't they? Because that used to not be as dark. That's interesting. Plus you can see the swaths a lot farther now. They changed that in the update. But the lighter stuff is what's already been threshed. That's technically just straw in this map. It's not soybean straw, it's just straw. Some maps have bean straw. This one doesn't. So this is the whole plant here in front of the combine, beans and all, and then that's just the straw left over to the right there. You get a 25% yield bonus by doing this, so it's definitely worth doing if you're trying to like maximize your, you know, output of your fields and maximize your money, which I am trying to do right now. So 25% is 25%, you know what I mean? It's 25% more money, 25% more, so. And yes, you do have an additional cost of the swather and the pickup heads and stuff, but it's not that much, honestly. Plus, you buy them once, you can use them forever, you know? So it's not too big of a deal, honestly. Now, swathing is a little bit slower because that head's only 12.2 meters. And obviously there are bigger heads than 12.2 meters in the in the game. We currently have 13.7 meter heads. I chose to swath this time, basically. That's pretty much it. I just want to do something different. We could go all the way up to the 19 meter head if we had a bigger combine, but we don't have a combine with a long enough auger to run that head right now. But eventually, I think we will. Eventually. Gotta buy big combines for that. But basically, I've got almost all of our fields planted in soybeans, and we're in the process of swathing a bunch of these fields anyway, or they're already swathed. We're picking up now. So I didn't do 6 and 5 because those were corn. And the other day, yesterday. I went the wrong way. Hold on. Yesterday, the corn turned into chaff, which is in the bunker. There's about 2 million liters of chaff in here, fermenting into silage, and actually it might be ready. Is it ready yet? It might be. Hold on. I'm curious. We do actually kind of need it, too. It is 71% fermented, so not ready yet, but it will be. And I say that we need it. We don't really need it. We're out of TMR in our TMR mixer, or sorry, out of silage in our TMR mixer, but we have 3 million liters of TMR. So, yes, we need it, but no, we really don't need it at the same time. So, yeah. We do, and we don't need it. How do you let him go? Let him go, let him go, let him go. Take that off of there. What says to me? Open your auger, buddy. He's not interested. He's like, nope, I'm just going to sit here and be stubborn. It's fine. Drive on, buddy. Drive on. I think this combine's broken. Just go ahead and help him out here a little bit. Sometimes at the end of the passes with a horseplay, it gets a little weird. Alright, you don't want to sit. We're fine. Alright. Let's get this rocket on his way. Come on. Alright, you're good. You're full. Remember, we have to sell wood chips in the winter, chat. Don't let me forget. Oh, man. It's not winter yet, so not yet. But eventually. Oh, jeepers. Gotta keep them rolling. So I'm trying to squirrel away a little bit of money for the DLC next week. Plus, I really want to buy a field up here, and that's field 18, which is $1.258 million. And then 19 is our next field. I want to make this whole zone up here into one field. I have a goal in mind, and I would like to be able to accomplish it. So, hence the money from soybeans right now. So, yeah. You say it every year and forget? Yeah. Oh, those wood chips have been sitting in that thing for probably 10 or 15 in-game years. They're probably rotten by now, honestly. Like, if they could rot, they would be rotten by now, okay? They've been sitting around for so long. They are definitely junk by now. But that's okay. It's one of those little things where it's like out of sight, out of mind. I forget about them, and it's like, well, whatever. But, you know, they should be worth at least a couple dollars. I believe there's a lot in that thing. Hang on, let's go look. Oh, it's unloading. Let's go look. It's sitting out here. So there's 1.2 million. 1.2 million. Hang on. Yeah, they are not worth a lot, but 1.2 million, they're still worth some, you know? Now these 300,000 liters of soybeans, we like that. Just saying. We definitely like that. All right. Yeah, it should be some money, right? Think of it as like it's been our rainy day fund. Well, I would like to have some money, like I said, by Tuesday, so would definitely like to have some cash. But it's all good. I'd like to be able to do that field project up north, and I've got some crazy ideas for some things to try, but they all take money, so. Now that we have our landscape menu fixed, unlike on Tuesday, we could actually do some of that project if we wanted to, so. But that's okay. TMR Mixer is on the mod hub, yes. Yes, it is. And ours has not been modified in any way, so the one you download from the mod hub will be the same as ours. I know some people in the community have turned theirs up, but that one, it's turned up pretty high. What I like about it is that it has different recipes. So if you want to just use silage and hay and straw, silage, hay, straw, sugar beet, silage, hay, straw, sugar beet, and mineral feed, which that's expensive as all hell. So unless you have a mineral feed maker, but we don't do that. We're just silage, hay, and straw. But honestly, we could probably just go silage hay because each one gives you more output, right? I would consider just going silage hay and then just using the straw storage in there as storage for bedding for the animals. So straw is just a filler, absolutely. On that particular thing, it just gives you more output though. But yeah, if you're making TMR with like a wagon, straw is just a filler. You don't have to put it in if you don't want to. It's honestly the same thing with mineral feed, but or mineral additive. But like I said on here, so that gives you 150 per cycle. Now it does 4,800 cycles a month, so it's a lot. But that's by adding straw, we get to 195 each cycle. Then it's 240 and then 265 if you do all the ingredients. But that's we don't need that much TMR. In fact, the only reason it's not full is we sold all of it a while back, which really don't make much money on it. So I'm probably not going to sell TMR again unless we're absolutely dirt broke. So not really worth it, to be honest. That's just my my thoughts on it. At least on this map, I'm playing on hard economy. Selling TMR is not really worth the time of the mowing of the hay. Because the hay is the one that, well, I don't know. Silage takes forever too, but it's all good. It is all good. But yeah. All right, let's get this guy empty, and we'll go for another empty, and on and on and on, you know. You betcha. And really, straw's not worth anything either, but I am tempted. We do have a loading wagon that holds a fair bit. I could automate that, although I don't know where we sell straw on this map. TMR, yeah, no. Yeah, that TMR maker is pretty darn fast, to be honest. Real livestock mod. I have not checked out the real livestock mod, no. What's it do? Do tell. It's interesting. It's not out for multiplayer, huh? Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't, I don't do Facebook, or I don't really check out a lot of mods, to be honest. I probably should do more than I do, but yeah, I really don't. I really, really just don't. But that's okay. For no particular reason, honestly. I don't really have a reason. I guess the one reason would be the less mods in multiplayer, the better. So I don't like to add a ton. But yeah. All right, here's what we're going to do, chat. Actually, let's look at it in here first. So we could make the pellets. Could you imagine making this whole field into pellets? I forget straw's up here. I think I'm no. Where's yeah, it is here, duh. It's right there. So straw's only worth 48 at the peak. It's only worth we'd have to go there. So 43 right now. We have a free tractor. I think, yeah. We have a free let's just do it for funsies sake. Why not? Why not? That wagon holds 250 or 240,000, something like that. So let's just set it up and you know, extra cash is extra cash, you know. For a little bit of diesel and repair cost, whoopie-doo. Which, by the way, I figured out the other day. This here loading wagon holds TMR. So I was having trouble with the water buffalo over at the other farm during fast times running out of TMR. So needless to say, I don't have problems with it running out of TMR anymore. Because I can just send this wagon. And it holds 240,000. So, you know, it's kind of fine now, to be honest. Oh, there's not a point for that, is there? I'll have to go make a point over there. When this wagon gets full, chat, we'll drive it up there. Honestly, I'll just move the animal dealer one because I'm never going to use the animal dealer on auto drive. Just saying. Oh, hello. Just came to say hello. Hello. What do we normally use? So normally when I play Farm Sim, I'm against forge wagons. I don't really know why, other than we don't have them where I live. I've never seen one of these IRL. So typically we would run a baler. However, with having some issues with the bales going flying and stuff on Judith, I'm a little scared to run balers again, like in that kind of quantity. And use like auto load to pick up the bales and stuff, universal auto load. So yeah, we use this for moving TMR, moving silage, picking up hay, picking up straw. Basically all the things we would have done with a baler, we do with this now. So yeah, nice noticeable changes. Oh, so it's like a genetic thing for the animals, huh? That's kind of cool. You know, I think Trent used that in the past or something. I think I've heard about that mod now that you mentioned it. I think I have, yeah. I feel like that would be a Trent mod to use. I don't mean that in a bad way. Hello, autosave. That was kind of real. Jeepers, bud. But yeah, no, I feel like Trent's used that. Or I've heard of that mod from Trent. All right. Sorry, Combine, I let you get full. My apologies, buddy. Makes them less of a feed and forget. Oh, that's my favorite part. Oh, yeah. Bull and a cow. So it just makes cows like more realistic. That's cool. I shouldn't say just. You listed off like 20 things. No, that makes sense though. That's pretty cool. No, I've never run that one. I have not. So well, depending on your trailer, you can have auto drive deliver the bales. The problem we were having was like if we had to, it wasn't the collecting of the bales. It was if we had to store bales somewhere that we just had to put them on the ground, they would sometimes go flying to Narnia. And I think that's part of our problem on the Judas Blade save that we have. There's bales that are under the map or somewhere. Now we did use easy dev the other day and delete all the bales, but I don't know how many it actually deleted because it said 0. But yeah. So. Oh, all the animals, not just cows. Dang, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so if you're only gonna like sell bales, then using Courseplay Auto Drive and sell, like, that's fine. You can definitely do that. Yeah, but I think we're just gonna hold off on bales for a little while. Like I said, normally we do bales, so it's kind of fun to change it up, you know. Deliver hay to the TMR. Yeah. No, it's fun to change it up once in a while, you know. I can't play this game at exactly the same time or same way, map to map to map. It would get boring. You know, sometimes it's fun to break out 5 cub mines or whatever. Sometimes it's fun just to run 1. Like, there's so many different ways to play this game, and none of them are wrong. You know, so I'm going to be using Courseplay and Auto Drive eventually. I'm going to let Courseplay fill that wagon up, then I'll take it up there and modify the course, so then I can use both to clean up this whole field. Now, he's only going to do half of the field right now, because the course for this field is set up for 2 harvesters, so therefore he'll have to do the entire field once, and then I'll switch him to the right side of the course, and then he'll do the entire field again. Which is kind of funny if you ask me, but it'll work. And we may not do it, depending on like price. I mean, it's not going to be worth nothing, but you know, honestly, if I can automate the process, then shoot, why not, right? Like, I might as well at that point. And I'm not in a hurry to plant anything because it's October. And I'm not planting wheat and barley right now. I'm holding off on that for the feed for the chickens. I'm going to let them run out. It's okay. We still have 200,000 feed. Plus, I think there's another 87 there. So we do have more. We're going to have more eggs, but I'm not going to grow any more chicken feed for a while. I'm going to focus for a little bit here on just straight up cash. And I mean, don't get me wrong. The eggs are worth money, but I'm going to hold off on them for just a little bit. So I know it'll make Dan heartbroken to not feed his chickens. And honestly, I wouldn't mind selling some chickens at some point. That's going to take forever, but we do also we have 30,000 chickens, y'all. 30,000 chickens, and we have 1,000 pallets in storage right now. 1,000 pallets of eggs. And actually we're gonna end up with a lot more eggs as well. When do eggs, I always forget when eggs sell. Oh, so eggs sell in November, so we're not gonna have a ton more before we sell, but we will be selling them in November most likely. So all 1,000 pallets, which will take us forever. There's no doubt about that. That's gonna take forever, eh? That's okay. It'll be fun. At least I don't have to use a forklift to sell them, you know? That's the good part. So, yeah. 30K is insane. No, it's not insane. It's a apartment complex. The link for it's in our Discord. I believe it's from an itch.io page. There is a secondary mod I didn't know about where you can paint the thing. I didn't have it at the time, so that's why mine's just like a little plain. What's going on? Welcome in. What's poppin'? So unfortunately, we just have a very boring chicken coop. But yeah, lets you breed chickens into better egg layers. I think we could have enough eggs. That would be cool, though. That would definitely be cool. Yeah, it sounds like if you're really into, like, the animal husbandry side, that's a perfect mod for you. I don't know if I'm that into it, but it does sound interesting. Definitely sounds interesting. It sounds like Dan would probably be really into that mod, maybe. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying it in a bad way. But I think he would like that, honestly. But that's okay. We're almost done with this field, y'all. We're almost done with this field. Then we go up north. To the north. We got one decent-ish size field up there, obviously, which is, you know, 14. So both these combines will go to 14, and the guy in 15, I'll jump around and probably do 16, 17. I'll probably run those myself. So we'll see. I love this guy, just like he's here, but like I just keep driving around him. Get the job done. Oh man. Oh, the trash truck's outside. I was like, what is that noise? Trash truck, chat. Or recycling, probably by now. Yeah. The Soviet Union, you betcha. Yes. Oh, our chickens are Russian, by the way. So I'm not sure what that means, but we have some Soviet chickens, you know? I saw a building yesterday that would fit that bill too, and it's in Alton, Illinois. And it would very much so look like what you just described. Oh, man. Dad and I, we couldn't figure out, I think it's an apartment building in Alton. It's been there forever. I just never really paid attention to it until yesterday. But, yeah, it's kind of funny. Kind of funny. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Alright. What? Huh? Say what? Okay, I get you're full, but... Oh, this guy's full. I was like, who else is full? So he... Oh my god, he made just over a round around the field, and he's at his 240,000 liters. Okay, so maybe this is worth doing just because of the volume, chat. That's a crap load of straw. It is so much straw. This might be worth doing. Alright, let's go run this up there. We have to modify the course for course play. Or for auto drive, sorry. So we might as well just go just drive up there. We're just gonna use the animal point. And I'll just move it over a smidgy bit and we'll be good to go. I definitely remember doing this on the old Alma auto drive that we had before we reset it. I wish I could pick up all that straw too. That's off that soybean contract I did. There's a ton of straw out there too, if you think about it. But sadly, we can't pick that straw up. Very sad, very sad. But it'll buff. It'll be okay. Could buy a combine, chat. It's a little guy, but we could buy it. We definitely don't need it. We have 3 John Deere's S7s, so sorry, S700. Gotta say it right. It's not the S7s anymore. It's S700. They changed it. Definitely changed it. Oh, I saw when we were at a place yesterday, chat, down by the farm, down by the river. Kind of by the river. More so by the farm. We saw a load of corn going by in a semi truck, and we're just like, ooh, somebody's harvesting corn. I mean, I know who it was. I'm not gonna tell you, but I know who it was, and I could hear their combine running off in the distance, and it's like, oh man, it's that time of the year. Chat, harvest is here. Corn harvest, anyway. Soybeans are just flat dying, but you know, corn is made for the most part. There's still some late corn that's still green, but majority of the corn is, you know, just drying down now. You betcha. So it's pretty cool. I'm here for it. Always love all the activity of, you know, combines and grain carts and semi trucks and, you know, people that are working dirt right away, and the activity after corn harvest. It's just great. That smell of fresh harvested corn. Oh, so good. So good. So I'm a fan. Definitely a fan. All right, so that's gonna turn in here, and then see, it goes to the animal like point. So we're just gonna delete all this real quick. Delete, and then delete over there, and then we're gonna move that there, and we'll get a little clicky dot there. And we'll do that where we use the scroll wheel. And we'll do something like that, and then ka-chow. We've done it. Now this should turn in here. Hopefully that's far enough up. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be. This should pull in here and unload. It's gonna be worth like $12. That's actually gonna be worth. It's gonna be thousands. The volume game is the only way we're making money right now. It's only because we're gonna have such a volume. Hey, Mr. Recycle Truck Man, how's it going? We've had the same guy for like 15 years, chat, by the way. We've had that same guy forever. Drives the recycle truck for us. Had him for a long time. All right, what's the damage, chat? 10,300 plus $1,500 for the bonus. That is 10,000. Okay, we're definitely picking all that straw up, chat. You're blocked by. Oh, I left that in the way. Okay, hang on. You're done. You're done. Oh, well, this might be a problem. Buddy, you're not supposed to. Well, you know. You're not supposed to do that. Alright, let's go back to my wagon I left in the way. That's sweet. We got first combine done on the big field. That is good. So 10 grand, 11, I'll just round it to 11. 11 grand off that field, off of that one fill up. he made it just over one time around the field. We have so much. Yeah, we're going to pick it up. At least for now. Tractor really liked the combine a little bit. Maybe a little bit too much. Oh, goodness. So that's, what, 40 grand basically just on the outside rounds? Yeah, we're picking up all the straw. We're doing all of it. If time allows, because I would like to get this replanted. Maybe not be fully, like, replanted before tomorrow's stream, but, you know. Get a good jump on it anyway, right? Because again, I'm trying to put away money for that DLC, so if I get a couple rounds of soybeans done, or maybe we do corn next or something, I don't know. I haven't decided yet what we're going to plant next, but either way, there's a lot of money in straw here right now, so... It's honestly, it's kind of crazy because you think, you know, soybeans are worth a lot. Now, the yield's not the highest, you know, highest yielding crop out there, but between the bean money and the straw money, we're going to make a pretty good penny off of it. So that's good. The mailman is back on my street for like the third time today. They went around and delivered packages first today. I always find that kind of interesting. Install guides make it... I don't know what that is. I wouldn't listen to it. Coursplay's fine. I don't have any issues with Courseplay for the most part. The only... That's an auto drive issue, though, not a Courseplay issue. I don't have any Courseplay. This is an auto drive issue. No, I don't really have any issues with Courseplay. Thanks for that follow. Appreciate you. Welcome in. What's poppin'? I know there's several of us that use Courseplay. Don't really have any issues with it, honestly. No. Now, I don't know who's writing stuff on the internet about Courseplay, but they don't know. I'll say it. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. So yeah, no, Courseplay is great. I believe Jeff would back me up on that, and Trent would back me up on that. So. Oh yeah, as far as like installing's really easy, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know what the hell people are talking about. It's great. Courseplay is awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, Courseplay is awesome. Courseplay and auto drive, they just make the game so much better. So much better. Well, I mean, in fairness, yeah, there's updates. But I wouldn't say Courseplay is bad, no. No, it's perfectly fine. We've been using Courseplay since right when it came out for 25, and I wouldn't say I've really noticed too much, like, bad with it. Occasionally, like, you know, something will leave a course or something will do something a little silly or find a tree to get stuck on, but that's not that big of a deal in my book. That kind of stuff happens, you know. It's not an issue, but anyways, field 14 chat. We're loading it up. We are loading it up. And actually, I was always against, like, saving courses, but with the swather, it really makes sense to save your swather courses. Because that way I can reload them in the combine. I can come back and reload them in an auger, not an auger wagon, a loading wagon or a baler if I was baling. I'm a big fan of loading or saving your swather passes at least. I don't want to do everything, and I'm not gonna save everything, but I will do the swather bath anyway. So yeah, no, you betcha. You'll blame us if your computer explodes. I'm not liable or responsible for computer deconstruction. I am not liable or responsible. I approve this message. Just for the record. If your computer experiences a RUD, it's not my problem. You betcha. You can send them to the field and switch. Yeah, no, that part's really awesome. Yeah, it's cool that you can basically like automate or dispatch. You can dispatch your, depending on what it is. Obviously, combined with a grain head's not going to work, you know. If it's on a header trailer, that's not going to work. But yeah, a lot of that stuff you can, and it's really nice. Seeders, you know, sprayers, all kinds of stuff. It's a really nice feature. It's amazing how well Courseplay and auto drive actually work together. To be honest, it's a really cool part of the whole deal that I like a lot. All right, we're going to 16 next, chat, for this combine. 16. All right, let's go to 16. You betcha. Does the header option not work? No, what I'm saying is if you're towing a trailer, like a header on a trailer, that won't work. So like send it to on auto drive to a field and then have it switch. Like in this case with this header, I could do it because or like a corn head, you could do it with that. But with like a regular grain head that's on a trailer or on its own wheels, no, that's not going to work. No, it's not smart enough to like unhook and then drive around and hook up to it. Unfortunately, it's not smart enough to do that. But that's like the only thing you can't send around like that. So yeah. In this case, I could have sent it here. I could have done that, but I chose not to. But that's okay. All right. Please drive to the designated area, sir. 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 Oh, man. All right. Auto drive's doing its thing. With that tipper, where's my other tipper? Okay. Inside of the tipper. I don't like this. Help? Help? All right, we're chilling. Honestly, I probably don't even need this to go there, but I'm going to anyway. So why not? All right, we'll just set here. Actually, you know what? We'll just send this one up there. 14. So that's set to 14. We're going to go ahead and load the course for 14. Okay, we're going to assign this to the right one, and then we're going to activate the course play button over here. And we're going to hit start. So what that'll do is when it gets there, it'll switch to course play. And then it will go about its day, basically. So, yeah, it's pretty sweet, actually. All right, we are done with this auger wagon because I don't have anything set up there to actually automate auger wagons, which I don't really need this wagon. anyway up there, so I'll just take the 8R up there, and this can well, go park itself at the farm once we get it empty here. So yeah, go park at the farm. I guess I should send our semi truck up there. Or I could put two, you know what, maybe to avoid my audio breaking, I'll just put 2 tippers on this tractor. 2 little tippers, and we'll send it up there with that. So we'll run tractors instead of that truck. I think that's the strat. Why not? I like running tippers on tractors, it's fun. Is it the most efficient thing? No. But is it fun? Absolutely. Oh, you know what, though? I think I need to change. Where's the other guy? Where's the other guy at? This guy? Yeah, okay. So I still had him set for 2 from the previous job, so that obviously wasn't going to work. And then, of course, I had this guy blocking the path, so obviously that's not going to work very well either. Should be good now. Okay, back to this guy real quick. All right, so now the loading wagon tractor shouldn't have anything in his way. Everybody's leaving. Here comes the last combine around the field to go exit. And actually, we'll let him go first because he's going to drive right past that auger wagon, I believe. Our quote-unquote, you know, mother bin is what we've been using it for, so... or just wreck it, that works too. Apparently I need to change that course a little bit. All right. Just power through it, buddy. Yep, good job. Apparently, chat, we need to maybe redo this. Apparently we need to find a different point to connect to, like down the road a little bit. There we go. Now that should provide a little more room. You know, the beautiful part of auto drive, I say it all the time, infinitely customizable. You can do whatever you want, and if it doesn't work, you can always change it. It's a great part about auto drive is how just it's fixable. If it doesn't work for what you're trying to do, you can change it. You can fix it. It's so nice. So nice. I have to get in this truck, actually. Please don't break my audio. Alright. Oh, you know what? We need to park this grain cart. We'll cheat here, chat. Watch this. So I sent the big grain cart into park too. I should wash this thing off, but I'm not going to. I know, I'm that guy. So this parks inside of this building. Dan has set up all kinds of fun parking spots, so I am no longer in control of this tractor. For those of you that haven't seen this, it's kind of cool. It's a little wonky, just the way that auto drive backs up, but it definitely works, and it's pretty darn cool. So auto drive does like to steer a lot. I mean, a lot. Did I say a lot? A lot. There we go. It just parked the auger wagon forest. And it'll do that every single time, too. It's pretty neat. That's not the road I want. Oh, well. It'll get us there. Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. Dan's got all kinds of parking spots set up in that building for various things. So it's pretty neat, actually. How's it going? Welcome in. What's poppin'? All right, so let's go ahead and set this up to unload a combine. Because it is my 3 o'clock break time, chat. So we're gonna go ahead and get him running. This guy's running for 16. This guy's good. This guy's running to go up to 16. Omar, I'm a PC farmer, yes. I have been for a long time. How's it going though? Welcome in. This truck be whipping. We're done using the truck. Honestly, let's change this up too a little bit. Just a little bit. Rats. I can try. It is difficult over text to be tech support, but shoot. Let's hear it. What's your issue, man? We'll try to help you out. No promises, though. It is also about to be my break time, but I'm here for it. Jeff. Really? I didn't know that. No. We're going to have to test that. You enabled secure boot. I'll let you out of the BIOS. I don't know anything about that. I'm assuming you're trying to play Battlefield, although it's not out right now, so I don't know. I don't know anything about secure boot. I know that I didn't want to give EA that kind of access to my computer, so I didn't do it. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't know about that. Do apologize. Jeff, I'll be honest, I would have never even thought to try it. Does it work with swathers? Hold my beer, chat. So this is supposed to hook up. I doubt it. You know what? I doubt it works with the swather because the swather's all backwards and stuff, right? We're not even going to try it with that. We'll have to try it later. I don't have a spare combine right now. All of our combines are currently busy doing stuff, but I will definitely try it. That sounds... I had no idea. It's pretty sick if it works. Wow. Although if it's on a header trailer, where would it park the header trailer? Or is it one of those for like the header that has its own wheels, maybe? That's probably what it is more than anything. To be honest. We'll try it when I get back. I might be, or when we get free combines. Of course, our combines are a little busy right now. Now we do have header trailers. I don't have any heads for combines that aren't, or that are on their own wheels. I don't have any of those right now. All right. Okay, buddy. Now this is a good use of an 8RX, right? Great use of an 8RX, chat. All right, looks like that combine has made it to the field, so he'll start on his pass here in a second. And Buddy's gonna get rolling. I do have a tipper almost here as well. The first tipper, 8400's here. So he's got to drive around the field, then he'll be ready to unload. And then the other tipper that we just sent up here too is also on its way. So we've got tippers. Tippers en route. Okay. Let's see this, and then I do need to take my break here in a second. It's fine. Transport the header to the field. Enable the setting. Oh. There is an option. Drive to... Interesting. Okay. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. So in here somewhere, vehicle setting. I can see. Okay, hang on. I can't get to any of that right now. That's not. It's going to be in here somewhere, right? Huh. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Yep, that tab. Wow. Combine settings. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna tackle this when I get back because I don't have heads up here anyway. I don't actually have anything else to combine like that with that kind of head, but we're gonna tackle this when I come back, chat, from my break.